So the question that I'm answering is, customer identification in transactions after the fact. So for you to know, who the customers were, to look at the transactions during checkout, it is obvious that customers need to be assigned, right? And so checkout in register in Clover here, this is the device, happens in this app that's called Register. This is a Clover native app. It comes as part of the subscription package with Clover. And in here is your inventory. So these inventory items are created in this inventory app, which is also native to Clover. It's a Clover app. Okay. And coming back to this register, when we're checking out, let me go ahead and put this ice cream here and go ahead and pay for it. And here we go. We've paid and we've finished. Now we can go and look at the transactions that just took place. I would imagine maybe let's just start here. Right, so here are the orders, right, and they're all paid. And this name here represents the employee name. So in other words, here's that order, and yes, it is exportable through the web interface, and we have videos of that. But the customer was not assigned to this order, and because the customer was not assigned to this order, you'd have no way of knowing who the customer was when you look at this transaction. Even if this payment says, let's say, for example, EBT, that wouldn't change anything because, let's say if you are from the government and you know who the EBT card belongs to, maybe but as far as this point of sale system goes, it doesn't know anything about that customer. Customer was not assigned, so therefore it's not. But there is a way to do this in Clover, and let me demonstrate. So we're back in the Register app, and this time around, I'm going to click on these three lines right here, and I'm going to click on Add Customer. And this is a Clover functionality. Basically, it's all native, right? So you can manually search by name or by phone number and select the customer like this. Say, for example, clerk, a cashier, forgets to assign customer, then there is no identifying it. But right now, when we ran this transaction, let us go ahead and sell this ice cream again, run the transaction. The customer is assigned manually. And now we're going to look at this order here. You can see there is right there. It says, that's the customer. And so what Clover lacks, for example, is a way to force customer assignment during checkout, right? So as far as Clover capabilities are concerned, it's entirely up to the clerk to go here, click on these three dots for the menu, and choose a customer. We have CSI Works has an app that helps with customer assignment, and I'm going to demonstrate this because there's a ton of different contexts in which we need to assign customers. So this is an app that we call Cloud CRM. It's developed by CSI Works, and in this app we have basically require customer select on checkout, which forces the customer assignment. As you saw with Clover native flow, a clerk you have to rely on the clerk to assign the customer during checkout. With this flow here, you can force it. It'll pop up a screen and it'll ask to assign a customer. And see, there's a allow to cancel. If you don't select this will be forced. There's no way out until they select the customer. And then this guarantees that every transaction will have a customer ready. Okay. We also have age verification. So we use this for age restricted products, which also then identifies the customers and it gives the merchant an option to assign, when they scan the driver's license or they manually enter the age, it gives them an option to just add that customer to that transaction, right? So since they're in the middle of it. So And then these things, this again are age-restricted products. This is why we have it stopped out, because tobacco merchants will utilize these capabilities here to set up discounts. And so I believe in this particular use case, require customer select would be the best option. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and use this checkbox here as well. So now we have it enabled, and you will see the difference. So when we go to register, and we can just start a new order. Here we go, we're in a new order, and as soon as I select an item, it'll ask me to select the customer. And you can search by phone number. Here's mine, like this. If it finds multiple customers, it lets you choose. I'll choose this one, and customer is added. You can also control what fields are required. Like you can say email is required, this is required, and then all of that will be controlled. And so this forces the clerk to assign customer, right? Because let me demonstrate again. So we're gonna go ahead and save order and try again, and I'm gonna hit this one, and you see I can still exit out of it, right? So theoretically there will be records where customers are not assigned to transactions, and then you won't see that. To guarantee, to make it 100% customer assigned, you'd use this setting. You'd go to Cloud CRM, Workflow Management, Require Customer, and just uncheck this. All right, so now that you've unchecked it, what happens is it gives no option to get out of it. It will force the issue. So let me go ahead and close this. I'm gonna grab this ice cream here, and see, I can't get out, and there's no exit. So I have to select the customer. That's the only way out of this now. So let me go ahead and select the customer. And so the transaction point on Clover, as far as the customer is concerned, they do have the concept of customer being assigned to a transaction. That is a thing. But natively, without additional apps like the ones by CSI Works, Clover only goes as far as letting you do it manually. In other words, here are your customers, you can assign them. And by the way, this right here is the Clover native customer app, which has customers, and it's quite limited. Let me show you. Like if you go all the way down, it'll say display limit reached. Search this list. Use your web dashboard to view more customers. So when you're searching, they'll let you search your entire database, but they're only allowing you to display about 200 customers. Our app also solves that. So when you install it, you can see your entire list. Like this is an endless list, no search limit. And it just sits along with this other customers app. And here you can modify the object. Like you can say, we want this field, we don't want this field, this field's required, this field's optional. So also that all of that is available with the addition of that app from CSI Works. And with this app, you can also force customer assignment and make sure that it's required. And now in the second part of this video, I'm going to demonstrate the web component and the export with the customer as well. All right, so now we're back on a dashboard, right? So this is the web component of that same device that we were just on. And so here, we have the reporting that we've been through before, but now I just want to basically go straight to the fact that there's no customers report. And if you go to transactions, you'd see assigned customers, such as this one here. And then you can click it, and that takes you to the customer app that they have, where it shows all the orders. So this is the customer, and these are the orders that this customer had. Now, the problem with the Clover native app is that they don't let you export this or print this. Yeah, I mean, you can still print the website, but not formatted or anything. Clicking on this just shows you the receipt, the original receipt, and it has the payment type. Okay, and the customer app looks like this. You have customers, and uh, by just clicking on this customer, you'd see their orders like I showed you. And let me now switch. So this is basically what Clover offers. Now, this cloud CRM that I've demonstrated that forces customer assignment also has a web interface, and here it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, and it will pull up my account. It'll ask me which location do I click. I click this location, and it's much simpler interface, but it does provide us with the things that we're looking for, such as ability to export order information. So there is abilities to export, and this, for example, is for the customer that we have. Let's see who was the customer, and there's also school, faculty. So these are just categories which we also have that Clover does not in terms of just a customer object in general. But this right here will load most of the customers that I have, and then not a very data record set because mostly it's just testing, and you can click on view orders and export uh, that information or print it out. And so that's just basically a little bit of a value add. Like I said, we always try to add the things that Clover does not do to the things that Clover does. And so we don't repeat functionality, mostly we just try to add it. And so in this particular case, by having a cloud CRM, merchants would be able to force the customer assignment during checkout and not leave it up to chance. And then also, that very same app enables them to export out the details of orders on a per customer basis, if that is what's needed. And so I hope that answers your question. Please feel free to reach out if you have any other ones.